I have hit the live button. I believe we are now live. Good to see you, beautiful people. How are y'all doing on this wonderful Friday night? I hope everybody is having a fantastic start to their weekend. Everybody had a good time. Are people back in school yet? Is that it? Y'all in school yet? If you are, I hope everything's going good. You got some nice classes, got your nice friends. Um, Live stream time Friday. I wasn't here last Friday, or maybe I was and you didn't know. That's why you got to be subscribed. So that's why you got to know. Honestly, the hardest part about going live is finding 3 topics to put on the dang thumbnail. And if I can't come up with 3 topics, I just don't even go live because I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I literally sat here like an hour trying to figure out what could I put on the thumbnail? What could I put in the title? And finally came up with something. I finally did it. So I BS my way through it. We're going to BS our way through these topics, and I'm counting on you guys to give me the topics, to give me what you would want to discuss and talk about. Oh, don't you dare start this now. Get mods, erase him from existence. Don't let him ever see his children be born. You are gone. Don't you dare ask me where the Funko collection video is. It is a work in progress. It is magnificent. The video is going to be like 10 hours long because I'll spend every minute telling you why every pop in my collection is important and grand. Don't you dare ever ask me about the collection. I promise you guys. It'll be here before the end of the year. I promise you. You want to know the real reason I haven't done it? Like the real reason. Dusting. Oh my goodness, guys. One thing about being an out-of-box collector, these things collect dust, man. These things collect dust like a mofo. So I was going one day to finally record the Funko collection video. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Let's start off. And I'm going and I'm recording and I'm looking back through the footage and I'm like, hey, you could really see the dust on this high quality camera here. Okay, I'll start dusting. Put the phone down and I began. Take the pops out, dust. Take the pops out, dust. An hour went by and I finished like 3 boxes. I was like, oh, so that has become the real dilemma of the Funko video is the dusting. So I'm going to have to hire 10 nannies and they'll be done by the end of the year doing all the dusting. And then I can begin filming. I promise it'll happen. Oh, how are you wonderful people though? Let's see what else you guys are talking about. Let's see what other wonderful things I can just randomly click on here. I got to see Gran Turismo today. I hope you enjoyed it. That true story. I thought that was a nice movie. Have a review on the channel if you haven't seen it yet. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to like it that much. I don't even play Gran Turismo, but I thought the story was interesting. It's a little generic. It's not amazing, but I thought it was worth a watch. Definitely have to mention that here. Although I am not a wrestling fan, I don't really watch wrestling. It's always sad when someone dies. And I know a lot of my fans are also wrestling fans, so I definitely want to pay my respects there. RIP indeed. So sad, man. So sad. All right, let's see what else you guys. I'm just clicking on random people here to see what else you guys talk about. No Wanda, what? Okay, I guess we could go into that as the first topic here. So let's dive into it, folks. Let's open up good old trusty X. Good at the right X, am I right? Okay, so we've been talking a lot about Deadpool 3, right? And Deadpool 3 has become the new multiverse of madness in terms of in terms of us expecting a lot of things from this movie. Like I remember when Multiverse of Madness was coming out, you guys remember it was the Tony Stark was supposed to be like what was it? Superior Iron Man? Superior jeez, I got this microphone in the way. Okay. Superior, I'm going to spell it wrong, but I'm going to count on Google to fix it. Superior Iron Man Multiverse. I still think this was one of the wildest rumors that ever happened in Marvel history because I wanted to see it, even though I didn't think it was actually going to happen. If you guys don't remember, there was a rumor that in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we were going to get Tom Cruise, Iron Man in the movie, and he was going to play Superior Iron Man, sort of a more evil, douchier version. But man, they had like a whole backstory attached to this Iron Man. Apparently, he was going to have 3 Infinity Stones attached to his body, and he would have like the severed head of Thanos head. He would keep it in a jar. It was like the most metal thing I had ever heard. Like people did artwork of it. That's what we were going to supposedly see. And then, of course, that never happened or showed up at all in Multiverse of Madness, along with a bunch of other weird BS rumors. And it left some people disappointed with the movie. And now we're seeing history repeat itself. with Deadpool 3. Let me bring up the Deadpool 3 set photos. Um, because the latest, I guess you would want to say, crazy rumor involved with Deadpool 3 is that we were going to have Wanda as the main villain of the movie. That was the rumor going around, is that Wanda from Multiverse of Madness, that Wanda, her having like another person inside her head made her go crazy. She goes evil on this world. The TVA then recruit Deadpool and Wolverine and say, hey, look, if you take care of this universe and fix up whatever this Doctor Strange guy did, we'll let you go free. And that was going to be the movie. And it even went as far as to say that Wanda would then fight off Jean Grey. And that's the Fox version of Jean Grey, just like in Last Stand where she went evil. And we were going to have a Wanda versus Phoenix fight, and it was going to be epic. Okay, well, turns out that is just one of those crazy rumors that we can forget is definitely not happening, because thanks to a scooper who has been pretty reliable, they've mentioned here that there will not be any version of Wanda in Deadpool 3, not one from our universe or from Earth 838, making that then a complete lie. Okay, it's not happening, it's not going on. And I just thought, since we talk about all these rumors, might as well bring it up, inform you guys. That way you don't have that expectation in your head that Wanda will be showing up. Would it have been cool? Yes. Part of me was like a little confused why Wanda would even show up, because I was like, why does Wanda need to be with the X-Men? And I'm like, Chris, she is an X-Men. She's been an X-Men. She's been part of that universe. I got so MCUified that I live in a world now where I don't think of mutants and Wanda in the same sentence. That's how far she's gone in the Marvel universe. I was like, what does she have to do with mutants? And I was like, oh my goodness, she is a mutant. Complete. That's how far Kevin Feige has worked his magic on me. So at first it didn't make sense to me, but then I was like, oh, okay, I guess there is something they can do there, and they can make her the biological daughter of Magneto in there, and have that Jean Grey fight. That would have been awesome. But now, don't expect that to happen. We're back basically to square one. I still think they're going to do the TVA thing and do all that pruning, especially since we got those set photos where it looks like they're in the void and they have like the Fox logo behind them and whatnot. So I still believe the TVA part of the rumors. I still think that's going to be the case. As far as who the villain is going to be, quien sabe. The scoopers keep saying it'll be someone familiar, which makes me think Magneto, which could be very fitting. But who knows? But that's where we are. Anybody expecting Wanda to come in there or be part of it, expect no more. It looks like that rumor was BS. It won't be happening. And we'll just have to wait and see, man. This movie's on pause. It got like, what, 3-4 weeks of filming, then the strike happened, and now we don't know what's going to be going on with them. So we'll have to wait and see on that front there. But yeah, for my no Wanda what? That was the Wanda talk right there. She's just not going to be part of Deadpool 3 like we were hearing she was going to be. Kind of sad, but also I don't mind it. Now it gets us to be more exciting, because I would not have wanted to know that much about the movie going in. I mean, they gave us a whole detailed plot. Now, again, we're basically back to square one. We just know maybe the TVA gets involved, time travel shenanigans. Still don't know what the overall plot is, and that keeps the movie exciting for me. So that's good to know there. Let's keep going through these awesome little comments that you guys are mentioning here. All right. Oh, already. Beans. I like me sweet beans. Them barbecue beans, that's what I go for. If that's what you meant by beans, I agree. Wanda should have died. I mean, apparently she did, but I think Kevin Feige really likes Wanda, and there's a giant Wanda fan base out there for her. She's coming back somehow. We know she is. I just wonder how they're going to explain that when it comes down to it here. FNAF movie news? Okay, I guess we can get into that next, my friends here. So let's bring back our handy dandy Twitter. So there's been a couple of FNAF things, nothing huge, nothing wild, but there's been some interesting stuff. So one, people have noticed the rumored runtime for the movie is now showing up on Rotten Tomatoes here. So don't forget, the last we talked about with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is that it's looking to be 3 hours long. I cannot imagine the FNAF movie being 3 hours long, especially at going straight to streaming. A lot of, well, I know it's doing the dual release, but even then, a lot of straight to streaming movies, they like to mark them in like at an hour and 30 minutes. So 3 hours here is what it is mentioning on Rotten Tomatoes, making it seem a little bit more credible than just what we had one scooper online say. But heck, maybe it makes sense. There is a lot of lore, and Scott Cawthon is fully behind this movie, the creator, and he was given final decision. If he thinks he needed to pack in that much story into the first movie, it could make sense with the 3 hour runtime. It also should excite you. We should definitely be getting another trailer, because I feel like then we have just barely scratched the surface of footage concerning this movie. We still only have what, the two trailers? We had the teaser and then a full trailer. We need one more trailer, whether they call it the final trailer or trailer 2. And they're definitely going to show us a lot. And I'm also curious about the second trailer. Will they show us any red eyes? Because I don't know about you guys. Every time I go to the theater or I get a YouTube ad about the FNAF movie, they really do not show any footage about the red eyes. And I'm wondering, did they actually remove that? Did they digitally change it? Did enough of the fans complain about that they made a change? Because I'm like, they're really not showing those red eyes anymore. So that second trailer will be interesting because the poster still's got those red eyes. Um, the other thing, there was a magazine article. How do you spell magazine? All right, guys, don't say anything. Okay, I spelled it good enough. Thank you. Um, I'm gonna like, I don't know if the zoom in is gonna work good enough, but there was like a magazine article that came out. Nothing too crazy or wild revealed in here, but I thought it was still worth talking about. Towards the bottom half of in the middle of this article, the director Emma Tammy of Five Nights at Freddy's talks about the villain, and she makes it very clear William Afton is the villain of this movie. Now I know a lot of FNAF fans are gonna be like, duh, Chris, but look at the movie through the point of view of a consumer. Okay, you watch the trailer for the FNAF movie, and from the point of the consumer going in and showing this movie to somebody who knows nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's, they are not marketing what's his name, Matthew Lillard, as the villain. Okay, I'm sure he's got that demeanor and that look and that stare here, because I don't know how many people hold a phone talking like that when they're like, yes, that job is still open, Michael. We'd love to have you. No one really does that. So, from a fan point of view, yes, we know this is the villain. We know all that. But I think it'll be intriguing, this movie, for non fans, for people unfamiliar with the lore, because they're just treating this guy as Steve Raglan, career counselor. So, they're obviously going to make the William Afton thing a twist in this movie, which is probably why they prolong it to 3 hours, get all that information thrown out there. But, in this article, she makes it clear he is the villain. And I like what she mentions about Matthew Lillard. Again, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to get really close to my computer screen because this is so tiny I can't even zoom in all the way. But she mentions what Matt brings to all his characters is a wink and a twinkle in his eye that makes these horrible villainous acts and characters weirdly likable. So that's her talking about like what she liked that Matthew Lillard brought to the role when she compared him to like Scream, and his role there in the first movie and all that. It's like, although he is the bad guy, he is the killer, he is the maniacal one, he is still a likable, crazy one. And that's something she really wanted to bring to William Afton. And I'm like, that's kind of what FNAF fans like. They like Purple Guy, Like, I think just recently in the FNAF world, some more lore got uncovered for like the fourth FNAF game, and I saw a lot of memes going around where people are like, "What? William Afton's a bad guy? How could that be?" But it's like, because they like Purple Guy, so she's going the right route here in showcasing Matthew Lillard's strength of being a likable bad guy, of being a likable villain, and that got me so excited for his performance. Because again, this movie's 3 hours long. We've only gotten this trailer, and that's really like the only shot of William Afton we have. And Matthew Lillard right now is my main excitement for this movie, to go see how he goes crazy with it, how he gets cuckoo, because he is my favorite part of the end of the first Scream movie where he's with Billy and he's like, "She looked dead, man. You hit me with the phone, Dick." Oh, I love all that stuff, and I hope we get something similar here, and it looks like we are headed towards that. So that's right now where we are with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It looks like the 3 hour runtime is a very likely possibility. We got the director talking about Matthew Lillard bringing that likable aspect to playing the villain. All the other stuff in here is just kind of generic things. It's talking about, oh, the fan base is great. Michael Afton and the robot. Mike Schmidt here and the robots, the pizzeria, the atmosphere, all that's cool. I still really like this photo. I swear it looks like like if Five Nights at Freddy's was like an Engine 5 video game, this is what it would look like. Those just, I can't believe those are real suits. It looks cool, man. I can't wait. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they drop another trailer soon. I'm still just sad because of this whole Hollywood strike, that if this strike continues all the way past October, we're not going to get those interviews with Matthew Lillard or the cast talking about the movie and behind the scenes stuff. That's going to be such a bummer. I mean, I felt that was kind of a bummer with the Blue Beetle things. Is the cast really couldn't talk about the movie and dive into all that. So I was like, dang, that sucks. So I would really like to hear Matthew Lillard talk about his process and what it was like. But oh well, we just gotta move on from there. All right, let's see what else. But yeah, that was some of the FNAF stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let's see what else we got going on here in the talking chain. Just gonna go out random. You're my favorite movie. Your favorite Laser Shark. You made my day. Thank you. Oh, someone asked me, you're watching Strays. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I have seen Strays. Okay, I saw it the weekend. I was gonna make a review about it, and then I was like, oh man, I'm gonna end up trashing on this movie. So I'll give you like my quick thoughts on the movie, just to be honest with you guys. So Strays. If you haven't heard about this movie, it's the rated R dog comedy with voices like Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. I am a dog person. I have four of them. Four of them. I have my little Noah Chihuahua that I show on the camera every now and then. And look, I don't mind raunchy, rated R, nasty comedies. In fact, I get a good laugh out of them. This one to me took it a little far where it just felt stupid. I was watching this in the movie theater sitting down, and I was like, oh god, this is dumb. This is stupid. And it's only an hour and 30 minutes, but it feels longer than that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are funny moments, especially as a dog owner. There are things in there that you're like, oh, my dog does that. Oh, that's funny. That's a little joke if you have a pet. Yeah, definitely. But then there's other jokes that just kind of took it a little far for me, where I was like, I'm not a fan of that. Like the amount of dick jokes in here. And I'm not just talking regular dick jokes. I'm talking dog dick jokes. Okay. If you go to see this movie, be prepared for slow motion dog dick just rummaging through the screen. Yeah, you're imagining it now. Witness it on that big plasma theater screen. And there's like one moment in here where, again, if you have a dog, you have a pet, you've ever been in this situation, a male dog, it's like a lipstick down there. That's what people call it. They have an entire scene where it's just like full out front and center. And I was like, oh, there's an entire sequence dedicated to dogs just crapping, and the movie showing you each dog poo while I'm sitting there with my popcorn. I was like, oh, that's disgusting. So it really wasn't for me that much. I can't really recommend it. I'd say this is definitely a movie you stream. And now, again, maybe I'm just being a bit of a prude here. Okay, I do corny, dumb jokes all the time. So who am I to judge the movie? So I definitely think there will be an audience for it. It was just, I don't know. I didn't like it that much. I was I'll say the funniest part about the movie is, these films. Let me see here. Uh, a Dog's Purpose. Maybe you've heard of the movie like this called A Dog's Purpose. Sweet little movie, nothing amazing, but if you're a dog owner, it'll probably get you teary eyed or stuff. Marley and Me is still miles better, but this was a cute movie. It was like about the idea was that every time a dog dies, it gets reincarnated into another dog, and a dog's purpose is just to make their owner happy. It's a sweet little movie, but there's a ton of movies like this. There was A Dog's Purpose. There was also called A Dog's Year, I believe is what that movie was called. A Dog's Ear or something like that. There's a ton of these like sweet little dog movies, right? Well, in Strays, there's like a parody of that dog in this movie, and he was the funniest thing ever. It was even voiced by Josh Gad, who does the voice of the dog in A Dog's Purpose. And it was just the funniest part of the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but when you see the movie, I thought he was the funniest joke out of the entire thing, because it was all about making fun of dogs in those like silly, make you tear up kind of dog movies. So, for me, again, if I reviewed it, I would have said rent it, stream it. It just wasn't for me, all that, but you will get a laugh here and there. Will Forte's in it. I love Will Forte. I feel like the man needs to do some better work here, Will Forte. I'm excited for him in the Looney Tunes movie. But other than that, it just wasn't for me. That's just my honest opinions on Strays. There we go. All right, what else is going on here? Let me pick some more random people before I get into some super chats. No one dies in the MCU. You want to test that theory? You want to jump into a portal? You want me to grab a knife and want to test it? Let's test it. All right, let's see what else we got going on. That was a little unhinged. I'm sorry about that. What else do you guys got going on? FNAF is coming too slow. I know, right? It feels like it like died down. I'm like, where's the hype? Where's some more posters? This is what I was worried about because Halloween Ends did the exact same thing. Now, it could be because of the Hollywood strike going on right now. They're holding back on marketing material in hopes that it ends in time for them to push some stuff out. But Halloween Ends did the exact same thing. Is they had like literally almost no marketing for the movie because it was going on streaming and theaters the same day. And then all the marketing came in 1 week before the movie release. So I agree with you. It does feel like it's coming slow. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, Chris, where's the Strangers update? Man, you were right. You were so right. So for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, there is a Strangers reboot. I guess like there's like three new The Strangers movies. So if you haven't seen these movies called The Strangers, I recommend it. The first one, an actual creepy home invasion movie, really good. Second one, I wouldn't say is as good, but it's got the vibes. It's got it feels like a 90s slasher movie. It's family at a trailer park and these guys come in. It's got a cool soundtrack. Not as good as the first, but it's got the horror vibes. And I always appreciate a movie that can do that. Well, we found out that they're making 3 movies with the girl from Riverdale. I forget her name. I'm sure I'll find it here in a second. But oh yeah, here. Madeline Pesh. And they're making 3 of them, and they already filmed them. They're done filming them. They've been made. Now we're just wondering, when are you releasing these 3 Stranger movies? Like, come on, are they looking for a seller? Are they going to go to Netflix? Are they going to go to Amazon Video? Are they going to get released in theaters? How do you do that? You follow like a kind of like a Pearl Maxine X type of thing where you just release one every couple of months and whatnot? There hasn't really been an update, man. I wonder again, is the Hollywood strike have to do anything with it? Because they got to promote it somehow, and I'm sure they would want the stars to do it. But I am looking forward to this. I want to see these 3 Stranger movies because that's kind of cool. They planned them all out. They have an idea made. It's going to be following, I think, the same cast throughout the movie. So I'm curious about it. I want to know what's going on with it. But as of right now, there's nothing new. Nothing new, man. So yeah, I'll keep you posted if I hear anything, though. Let's see what else you guys got going on here. What's your favorite movie? Back to the Future. Back to the Future. I would just always love Back to the Future. It's like the movie that made me go, movies. That's what I want to do, baby. That's what I want to do. All right. Let's see. See what else you guys are talking about here. What else do you guys want to talk about? Thoughts on the new Fortnite season? I only played like 1 match so far, but it looks very fun. I want to get into it. I mainly only play Fortnite just to keep in touch with my high school best friend. We just play every night and then talk trash about like old high school tea that's 10 years old now, because this year is my 10 years out of high school, which is crazy to me. I can't believe I've been out of high school for 10 years. So I think after the stream, I'm actually going to play with him. And so I'll let you know, but I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun to play. I want a Killer Shaggy. I can't wait. Oh, I would love a Killer Shaggy movie. That'd be some interesting stuff going on right there. Someone's over here mentioning Blue Beetle 2. Look, we got to be honest. I love Blue Beetle. I thought the movie was great. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think we're getting Blue Beetle 2. I do want to talk about some interesting things, though, about Blue Beetle, because the director did mention some like Easter eggs that I was a little bit wrong on in my spoiler review that I want to talk about here. So apparently I mentioned at the beginning of the movie, I was like, oh, there's a green scarab that like hits the Blue Beetle scarab and makes it act up and whatnot. The director confirmed at the beginning of the movie that wasn't a green scarab. It was a Green Lantern ring that hit the scarab on the way to Earth. Okay. I was like, what? Oh, that's so cool. And in the comics, Blue Beetle sometimes does have interactions with Green Lantern, and there's like this nice lore between the people, the Reach, who made the Blue Beetle Scarab and the Green Lantern Corps, because they're like enemies. So the Scarab on Jaime's back is usually always on attack mode when it sees a Green Lantern. So anytime it comes in contact with a Green Lantern, his suit automatically wants to fight that Green Lantern because there's like a built-in defense mechanism, which always makes for some interesting stuff. So there was that. Then he also confirmed that the post-credit scene has a hint to Martian Manhunter. I was like, what? What is this? And I had to look into it because I was like, how? I saw that post-credit scene. I didn't see anything about Martian Manhunter. And apparently, I never knew this about Martian Manhunter, which again, if you guys don't know who that is, let me pull up who it is. He was in the Zack Snyder Justice League too, but I mainly know him from the Justice League animated series. Martian Manhunter, who I hope James Gunn has plans for him because he has a great backstory, being the last of his kind, shape shifting, and I feel like there's so many cool things you could do with Martian Manhunter. But anyways, apparently in the post credit scene, there's like a hint to him. So I won't say exactly what the post-credit scene is, but I feel like it's pretty obvious by now if you've been online. There's a message on a computer that hints to a character still being alive, hinting maybe at a sequel saying, "Come and find me." Well, on the desk of the computer, there are some Oreos. And I never knew this about Martian Manhunter. This is crazy stuff you learn every day. Apparently, Martian Manhunter is like a giant fan of Oreos. I never in all my years of comic book heroes and stuff like that, that has never come up as a fun fact. I never knew this about Martian Manhunter, and I've seen this cover all the time as a comic book fan. But I never put two and two together that those are Oreos. Apparently, Martian Manhunter has an obsession with Oreos. I really never knew this about the character. Where was that on the episode of Justice League as a kid? Was there? I don't think there was. Anyways, on the desk, there are Oreos there, and the director said, yeah, because Martian Manhunter was there, he heard the message, and now he's also looking for this person that's missing. I was like, what? They got some deep cuts in Blue Beetle. We got Green Lanterns, we got Martian Manhunters. Man, that's so cool. Too bad we probably won't see what that leads to. I'm just being honest. I want it to lead to something. I like Blue Beetle. I just don't know what plans they got or what they're going to be doing. So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting of those Easter eggs thrown in there. All right. None two. All right, we can get into some of this talk here. So I brought up one of the topics on the title is I said, what do you guys, we're going to determine here as a group. I figured out how to do the poll on the on this YouTube thing. So I'm going to set up a poll later on, but we're going to go through this. Okay. We're going to figure out what we think is going to be the worst horror movie of this year. Now, some stipulations. I'm talking about wide release movies, okay? Like just this weekend, we got coming out a movie that I'm kind of curious just to see. Maybe I'll do a video on the channel. No promises, but it's called like Slaughterhouse, and it's about like a killer sloth. I was really like interested to see it. Then I found out it was PG-13. I'm like, what's the point of making a ridiculously dumb horror movie called Slaughterhouse about a killer sloth if you're not going to give me that rated R low budget dumbness in it? Hopefully it's entertaining enough being PG-13, but I'm not talking about movies like that. Like, we can clearly understand those will be the movies aren't going to win any kind of awards, aren't going to be in high regard, or going to be forgotten about in a couple of months. I'm talking about the main releases. One's going to theaters, getting a big marketing push, studio movies there. So, going through the list now, let's find a list of upcoming 2024 horror movies. 2023. Horror movies upcoming 2023. And we're going to determine which we think will be the worst and the good. So, this is for the rest of the year, okay? Not the ones that have released. I feel like the ones that have already released this year also aren't really even going to make it on the list. We've had a pretty decent year so far of horror movies with like Talk to Me, The Boogeyman. There was another one I was just thinking about, but I can't think of it now. So let me see if I can pull these up. A moment. I had a list and then I made it disappear. Was it on Rotten Tomatoes? Was it upcoming horror movies 2023 list? Why is things always difficult? See, this is why I don't even do live streams. I never prepare enough for you guys. I just wing it. That's me, the winginator. Is it this? I guess this one will work. There we go. This will work. Okay. So let's start off with what we got coming up. So, oh no, this is not gonna work. What are you talking about, Chris? We need something better, boy. I caught whoever did that. Simply talk to me. Jeez Louise, pumpkin cheese. Uh, I'm just gonna go to upcominghorrorfilms.com because that's the best one. All right, almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost there, and then we're gonna begin it. All right. So what are we on right now? We're on the 25th. We already talked about Slaughterhouse. Let's go into the next big release. So the first next big release that we got then is The Nun 2 being released September 8th, 2022. Okay. Let's talk about the good and the bad with The Nun 2, okay? Well, I guess hate's a strong word. I am not a big fan of the first Nun movie, okay? I think that first Nun movie is one of the worst Conjuring films in the universe. I feel like it just like you introduced the nun in The Conjuring 2, and it was one of the coolest horror movie characters to ever hit the screen. I remember finally being afraid to go to sleep as an adult after watching a horror movie. I came out of The Conjuring 2 scared that the nun was like in the shadows of my bedroom or whatnot, like genuinely terrified. And then the solo nun movie came out, and it just ruined it for me. I thought they did a terrible job. So with the Nun 2, there is a bit of a redemption arc in here, I feel, because the Nun 2 is being written by someone I actually really like right now in Hollywood. Let me find out their name. Okay, Akela Cooper. Akela Cooper has been writing some of my favorite or really enjoyable horror movies as of recent. Let me bring up some of the ones that she's written. Okay, so for one, she did Megan. Okay, I know not great, but it was enjoyable and fun. She did Malignant. I'm actually a Malignant defender. I know not everyone loves Malignant. I am a Malignant defender. I think that movie is actually ahead of its time, and in a few years, everybody will turn around and go, "That was actually brilliant. James Wan was cooking, and we just couldn't accept it." I loved Malignant. Hellfest, underrated. This movie should have gotten a sequel. If you have not watched Hellfest, I think it's like a nice little enjoyable horror movie. Again, nothing amazing, but the premise is fun. It's about like a group of friends that go to like this amusement park, and there's a killer stalking around, but because it's during the Halloween season, they think it's all part of the attraction, all part of like the vibe of the place. And there's like a little sequel tease at the end of this movie that is interesting. I was like, man, why didn't they continue it up? So she did Hellfest. I liked Hellfest. I think that was it. So those horror movies, just looking at our horror movies, Hellfest, Malignant, Megan, kind of gives me some hope for the Nun 2. Makes me go, maybe it won't be that bad. But then, we see that trailer, and I'm getting a little bit of generic vibes. I'm getting a little bit of like, kind of been there, done that. I don't know. Like, is it just going to be jump scare after jump scare, build up and build up? They got some great actresses in here. So maybe the thing that could save it is, the lore, in adding some intrigue, not just being jump scare to jump scare. So there's that. Okay. We got the Nun 2. That's going to be one of our picks we could only pick 4 on the poll. So Nun 2 is definitely going to be one of them. Let's go on to the next big release. I know some of y'all are going to probably ask me about Cobweb. I have finally seen Cobweb, and I have so many thoughts about that movie. I think I'm going to make its own video. So anybody asking about Cobweb? Yeah, I definitely that's the Malignant of 2023, y'all. I'll just say that right there. Okay. Then we go, let's see here. Another big release coming up. I know I got one. Okay, Saw X, baby. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. I don't think there has been a good Saw movie since Saw 6. Well, okay, maybe that's bad. A great Saw movie since Saw 6. Okay, I know there's people who enjoy Jigsaw and who like Spiral. I like Spiral, but it was a letdown. It was disappointing. It was promising something new that turned out to be the exact same thing that we were given like 3 other 4 times in the franchise. And so when it came time for this movie to be announced, you guys know I'm a big Saw fan, and I wasn't looking forward to Saw X. I was like, it's just going to be another dumb Saw movie. Like, why would I want to watch this? Oh, it's set between Saw 1 and Saw 2? Great. Doesn't make the timeline confusing like it already is. And then more started coming out about this movie. That trailer popped up, and the premise, John Kramer is essentially the main character this time around. He is almost the hero of the movie. He goes to Mexico, tries to get a BBL. They don't give him the BBL, so he gets revenge on these doctors. I'm like, you know what? That sounds kind of dope. And they're bringing back characters from the franchise. It's got me. I don't know how they could ruin it. They could only ruin it by pulling some crazy dumb twist by the end that makes no sense, just so that they can continue making Saw sequels. Like if they pull out some BS twist at the end of this movie that Jigsaw managed to clone himself, he had a twin brother, and that's who we'll follow now, or all this other kind of nonsense. I don't know. I'm curious because I've heard from the creative team there's still supposed to be a kind of a mind-blowing twist in here. They're trying to go for the level of a twist that you got in the first movie or some of the earlier Saw films. They want to bring that vibe back. And yeah, with that trailer, they got me. I'm excited for this one. So honestly, I don't have a lot of bad to say other than if the twist sucks or if the kills suck. And it's also the longest Saw movie we're getting. So that's one right there. I don't have a lot of negative things to say about that, but that's a big one being released. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got. The is that oh, that's on Paramount Plus. Should we count this one? I guess we could talk about it. I This one's going straight to streaming. I don't know if we want to count it, but it's an IP movie. Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. How many Pet Cemetery movies do we need, guys? I mean, come on now. Like, this is now what our fourth, fifth Pet Cemetery movie. This is going to be a prequel, kind of going back to explaining. I forget the name of the character, but the one in the original Pet Cemetery that's like, sometimes that is better. It's like kind of his backstory. It's his first encounter with the Pet Cemetery and why he warns people about it. This one, you talk about Saw having a formula, Pet Cemetery has a formula, and it's like, how much more can you do with it? And I think it's a reason it's going to Paramount Plus and not theaters at all. I'd still bring it up just because it's a well-known IP. But I'm not expecting that. I don't know if I put that in the real category. I don't even know if we're expecting that to be good. Could it be a surprise? Definitely, but who knows? Okay. The next big release I do definitely want to talk about here that's going to be controversial. This is probably where you and me, the viewer, and the 3C start to part ways a little bit, because let's talk about Exorcist Believer, man. Because let me tell you right now, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer, okay? I'm not shouting out to the skies. Everything I've seen about this movie so far has not won me over. I mentioned that trailer played in the theaters for the first time. I saw it and I was like, looks generic, looks a little cheap, doesn't meet those Exorcist levels. Sure, you have the Exorcist music thrown in there. You have some of the iconic makeup. Let me pull up some of those a little. Like, yes, that makeup does look good. It reminds you of the Exorcist. But I just wasn't getting that feel watching that trailer. It gave me generic Blumhouse movie. If it didn't have the Exorcist name on it, you would just think it's one of the 100,000 Exorcist movies that get made this time around. I feel like this is a real contender of maybe being one of the bad ones. Now, again, I'd love to be proven wrong. I know there's people out there that are looking forward to this, that are hoping I eat crow, and I am with you, man. If it turns out being good, I'll be honest with you. I'm never going to a movie wanting to hate it. I want to be surprised. But I'm telling you, I feel like this is a strong contender. Stronger, or not, maybe not stronger. I'll say on the same level as the Nun 2 of being bad, okay? I feel like this one might be it, in my opinion. But again, David Gordon Green could surprise me. I know a lot of people have turned on him, but it's like so weird because I do like him as a director. I just feel like the vision he had with Michael Myers in Halloween was interesting. You know, it seemed like in that first movie, they had clear vision on what to do with Michael and what they were setting up. Then Halloween Kills came in and it's a mixed bag. You have, like, of course, some of the coolest, most brutal stuff you've ever seen with Michael Myers, but then you have like this social commentary and added stuff that just felt like it didn't fit in. Then Halloween Ends, just like, you made a good Halloween movie, but you made a terrible Michael Myers finale. And so, like, it's such a mixed bag. And because I'm not that big of a lover of like the Exorcist franchise, of course I respect and like that first Exorcist movie, but as a franchise, I'm like, go ahead, do something crazy with it. This doesn't seem that crazy. Yeah, just having two girls possessed, okay, but are you gonna do more than just show me two girls possessed? I hope so. They're gonna make a trilogy. They already did that. They spent $400 million on the rights for this property, so we're getting it. We already got, what was it? The next one's called Exorcist Deceiver. So, they have some plan. But I'm curious. I'm curious. So that's definitely gonna be one we'll probably add to the list. All right. I think we got like a couple more. Okay, here we go. This it's time to be honest with ourselves a little bit here, guys. Okay. What if Five Nights at Freddy's isn't good? Okay, I said it. What if that happens? What do we do then, Familia? Do we lie to ourselves? Do we just pretend? Do we force ourselves to like it? Let's live in that reality for a second, okay? This movie has been in development for what? 8, 7 years. It's finally getting made, but man, did it go through a lot of hurdles. It went through so many script changes, story changes. It even changed studios. It went from Warner Brothers to Blumhouse. Christopher Columbus was going to direct it at one point. Now it's Emma Tammy. And we see the final product. And I'm telling you, there is promise here. These suits, whoo, Jim Henson Company cooked, okay? They look fantastic. They look great. Then some things that made us a little bit less excited. The PG-13 rating, but that was to be expected, right? It's the fan base is younger, and that's all right. They can still do a really great PG-13 horror movie. That's no problem. You got a great cast in there. I think Josh Hutcherson is an underrated actor. I'm glad he's getting some love. You have William Afton, Matthew Lillard. Ooh, he's going to knock it out of the park. Something I'm looking forward to. You got the internet on your side because you threw in cameos of famous YouTubers like Corey Kenshin in there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get why is Markiplier? I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Markiplier cameo in there somewhere. So I think the internet is going to love this movie, even if it's bad. Okay. And I understand that. I understand that. I have been there too. Okay. Before my days of being online, any Spider-Man movie that came out, I forced myself to love it. I was just like, I love it. I like this. This is amazing. Even if it wasn't, just because you love the property that much and you don't want to admit to yourself, maybe this isn't that great. But we have to be honest with ourselves when this one comes out. Could that happen here? I'd say there's a 50-50 chance. The 3-hour runtime is definitely going to hamper the movie a little bit in terms of pacing. I wonder if they can hold up to it, especially if they're trying to tackle that much lore and make it digestible to a general audience. Because 3 hours of no blood, no hardcore violence, that 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 starts to question in your interest throughout the movie there. So I'm just being realistic with it. It's a possibility. Do I think it'll be the worst? No, I don't think it will be. Could it be one of the weaker releases of this year? It might be. It might be. I'm not saying it will be, but it might be. I'm willing to be surprised though. Nothing in the trailers really made me feel like, oh, this is gonna be stinky. This is gonna be one wiper of a time. So far, they've shown me there's promise here. There is promise here. So that's one we'll have to talk about there. Okay, that's where it ends. I'm gonna bring a curveball out because we still have not seen anything about this movie, but this might be the dark horse, the one you didn't expect. Thanksgiving. Okay, so this is a horror movie that's gonna star TikToker Addison Rae, beautiful woman, if I don't say so myself, and it's directed by Eli Roth, I believe, right? Eli Roth, or yeah, Eli Roth is directing it. It's based off a segment that happened in I forget what movie it was. Let me see if I can pull it up, but I can't show you the full thing because Thanksgiving, because it shows some tatas, and I'm not trying to get banned off YouTube. Horror trailer. In fact, I show. Okay. Okay, so you can make. I'm not even gonna risk it. You can watch this trailer at your own leisure. It's called Thanksgiving. It was in Grindhouse. There we go. And it was and the trailer was like a made-up movie that they showed in this film about like a guy who dresses up like a pilgrim with an axe and goes on a killing spree on Thanksgiving Day. It has the promise to be like something, just like an enjoyable slasher. But again, watch it, with parents' permission, or if you don't want your parents' permission, just make sure they're not behind you watching it because some tatas appear. But anyways. This has been filmed. It's been made. It's looking like it'll be released around Thanksgiving. This depends. I need to see some footage, so it's going to be hard for me to determine right now whether it is going to end up on the list or not. Because if they play into the dumbness of it, because that's obviously a dumb thing, it's a pilgrim on Thanksgiving killing. You got a TikTok star in there. If they play into the cheesy dumbness of the movie, I might be able to forgive it. I might be like, okay, that won't be such a bad idea, but I don't think they will. I think they'll try and take it a little bit seriously. Let me read some of the stuff they have here. We finally cracked the story and figured out how to make it really, really scary and a reason to do it. Before John starts shooting Clown, he's got a window. He will have a draft and script soon. Okay, so that was them in 2012 when they mentioned that. Uh, then recently, sickest, bloodiest, most violent slasher movie, an attempt to make the highest body count slasher film. Okay, so looks like I was wrong. They're gonna be trying to take it seriously. I don't think that'll work out in their favor. This might be the dark horse here. So okay, I'm gonna start the poll here. I'm gonna put in a couple of movies, and we'll determine it. So get ready, guys. Let me make the poll here. Okay, what will be the worst horror horror movie? Horror movie 2023. Okay. So I'm gonna add what was our first? Oh, look at that. My amnesia is already kicking in. So first one was The Nun 2. The Nun 2. Okay. I'm gonna type in Saw X. Okay. Then I'm gonna type in the FNAF movie. And then do I add? Should I add in Thanksgiving or should I do another big release in there? I don't know. Because I think it's so obvious. People are gonna click on Thanksgiving. I feel like I should throw in maybe another one in there. What do you guys think in there? FNAF? Well, yeah, Thanksgiving. All right, I'll throw in Thanksgiving. But oh wait, my dumb butt. Exorcist Believer. Oh, that's the whole point. Exorcist Believer. So out of wide release movies then, because I think there's a good chance Thanksgiving could end up on Netflix, especially with Addison Rae and their history there, because I think she had like a movie on there. So I'm doing big releases. So okay. I think it is live now. You may start voting. I'll let you guys know as we keep going. So let me just answer some of your guys' questions while that's going. See what ends up going. All right, let's see. FNAF needs more stuff. Yeah, we need more FNAF stuff, man. We need more. Where is this? Okay, there we go. I just want to make sure the poll's still going. All right. See what else we got going on with you guys. What? Why are y'all asking me for a Barbie review? It is on the channel, my friend. Go to the channel, click Barbie review. It is up there. I wear a nice pink suit and everything. Huh? 3C clips incoming? Maybe. Maybe not. What do you mean by this, Thomas Charles? Are you calling me poo? Or do you need poo? Because that'll make a difference, my friend. That'll make a difference. All right, I'll get into the super chats in sex. Let's see. Saying, hey Chris, what's your favorite superhero movie of this year? So far, it is Across the Spider-Verse. It is Across the Spider-Verse is my favorite so far. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Poll is kicking in strong. I'll tell you right now, the Nun 2 is taking it by 45%. And second one is Exorcist Believer at 35%. So you definitely guys are believing it's either the Nun 2 or Exorcist Believer. I'm right there with you. It's either going to be one of those two. I don't think it'll be Saw X or FNAF movie. I think it'll be the Nun 2. Yeah. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Are you excited for Mutant Mayhem 2? Yes, I am. I just hope the same kind of blow up that happened with Spider-Verse happens to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, because Spider-Verse didn't do that great with the first movie, but when the second movie came out, everybody was buzzing and excited. I'm hoping that same level of buzz and excitement happens when that movie comes out. But yeah. The low performance of Blue Beetle, and can you guys start making memes about it to make general audiences go watch it? Hey, people tried, man. We tried. Goku? I like Goku. Gohan is my favorite, though, if we're talking about that, though. All right, let me get into some of these super chats here. Oh, the poll is still going. 481 votes, and the Nun 2 is still taking it with 46%. Oh, 47. Just jumped on me. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let me get into some of these super chats here while that's going on there. All right, so we have Epcotch 27th, $1. Thank you so much. What's good, Big 3C fam? Or what's good? Oh, dyslexia kicked in for a second. You witnessed it firsthand. What good? Big fan, 3C Films. Thank you so much, Mad Hatter. K Densel just donated $5. Appreciate you. 3C, when are you going to get Cameo? Love the videos. I don't think I could do Cameo. I'm very bad at that. So if someone paid me to do something, I'd probably be terrible at keeping up with that stuff. Can't wait for the Nun 2. What are your thoughts? Oh, you probably hate me, K Densel. I hope it's good, though. I really do hope it's good. right now in my mind. I just don't. I think the poll's right now. It's at 48%. The Nun 2 taking the win. Second place, Exorcist Believer, and then third place is FNAF. Surprisingly, I thought y'all would vote Saw X over FNAF, but some of y'all are being honest with yourselves, and I like that there. So I am looking forward to it. The writer of the Nun 2 is what has me most excited because I like her previous work. Was watching the Batman, but had to stop for this. Ooh, man. It's almost coming up, man. Batman takes place on Halloween, almost Halloween, October 31st. The streets are crowded. Chris, hit the nay nay, please. What's the nay nay? Is that the one where it's like, is it how does one nay nay? Is that the was that a nay nay? Did that count? I think it is because this one is the whip, and then you nay nay, right? You youngers, that's not even relevant anymore. You younglings, you're not young enough. You're old like me. That dance move is past. Have you seen Strays yet? What is? Yep, I did. Did a review at the beginning of this stream for you. Just to reiterate my thoughts, just wasn't for me. I wanted to enjoy it. Did get a laughs couple here and there, but I'd recommend it streaming or rent. Can you rank these horror directors? Mike Flanagan, David Sandberg, and James Wan. Okay, so far, I like. I haven't really disliked a James Wan horror movie. He might be number one. I need to see more of David Sandberg. I definitely think he is gonna. I'm excited for his next movie because he's done with superhero stuff, and he said he's gonna go, excuse me, into horror movies, and I'm excited for that. But I think I need to see a little bit more of him. I'm gonna go with Mike Flanagan second, and then David of Sandberg. That'd be my ranking. Okay, here's a question, 3C. What is your favorite slasher horror movie? If we're going slashers, Nightmare on Elm Street, baby. I telling you, I am waiting for the news updates on like just before we got on. I saw someone talking about it here. I follow this account for like my physical media. The what is it? The Dissim father or something like that. What is it? The disc father. Oh, there he is. There we go. I couldn't say his name. But I saw that he posted it. He also does scoops sometimes. I don't know how reliable they are, but just recently today he posted the bidding war between studios for the rights to make new Nightmare on Elm Street movie are heating up, and I'm like, that's why I was like, I must know more. Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite slasher franchise. I love Freddy Krueger to death. So that's the one, man. I guess Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is my favorite one. I still love Scream and Chucky, but man, Nightmare on Elm Street was my first love. So I really hope something happens there because I love Freddy Krueger. Hey man, big fan. I was hoping my channel could get a shout out. Preston Pencil Company, an office-esque show, but from amateurs. Thanks, man. Okay, well there you go. Preston's Pencil Company. Get your number twos out. There's your catchphrase, man. Did you that for free. Christian Bale as Shadow the Hedgehog. You know what? That actually would be pretty good. I'm still waiting to see who they cast as Shadow. They're filming the movie, I believe, either next month, but with just the CGI characters, no humans yet because of the Hollywood strike. I don't think they could announce yet then who Shadow is, but Christian Bale would not be bad. That'd be good. Oh, good for you. Yeah, that was my terrible Christian Bale impression. The Nun 2? Oh, yeah. 47%. I think I'm going to have to call it, guys. You guys voted. The Nun 2 is right now, you guys are thinking is going to be the worst horror movie of this year. And I think I'd agree with you there. But we'll see, man. Could be a total surprise. I'm going to end the poll right there. You guys got the final results. But hey, I'm hoping to be proven wrong. I hope 3-hour movies don't become the norm. Yeah, I don't think so. It is interesting, though, how we've gotten a lot of 3-hour movies lately, and a lot of 3-hour movies have become like huge sellers. You know, you got the Avatar: The Way of Water, you got Oppenheimer. 3-hour movies are making money, but I think it's a rarity. You know, I think it has to be an event or something, or has to be some sort of buzz. You just put out a 3-hour movie. I don't know, but I don't mind it. I do like a 3-hour movie if it's very if it's very immersive. Like Avatar: The Way of Water did not feel like 3 hours to me. Avatar: The Way of Water breezed by, and I really enjoyed it. Oppenheimer, I felt the runtime, but I was still engaged with the movie. Red lights. I need to throw in more red lights, man. Chris, help. I'm stuck in my Hispanic grandma's house. Oh, man. The Hispanic abuelas, man, they be getting on to you. Con cuidado, mi amigo. Super stoked to finally be on a while you're streaming. Love the movie news. Well, I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good, Bowser Boy 4. What happened to Bowser Boy 3? You want to talk about that? I don't know. Hey, Chris, what do you use for your sound on your videos? Like, do you mean my microphone? I use the Shure. I go with okay. So if you guys ever watch my Twitch streams, you'll know they call me Old Man Chris for a reason. I don't know what happens after you hit the age of 25. You're just not that tech savvy anymore. You just lose it. I'm sorry. It's just the way it happens. And so instead of getting like the real Sure one, the one that's like the really expensive $500 one, I couldn't figure out XLR cables and auxes and cloud lifters. That was too much of a headache for me. I just want to be able to hit record, and then edit the video. So I use an MV7. This is good because I use the USB side of things, and I mean, right now I think it sounds good. You guys are enjoying it. Those are the ones I use on my video. I think it sounds good. In fact, I have it connected to my DSLR, so I don't even have two separate audio channels. I just have the thing connected into the computer and then an audio cable to my DSLR, and I record the audio and video all on one SD card, and that's where I record my stuff there. So that's what I use for as a microphone here and in my editing room. Just a little insider information in there. Old man Chris strikes again, guys. How would you feel for Alan Richardson and Cameron Montague as MCU's Eddie Brock and Cletus Cassidy? Ed has confirmed John Cena is voicing Peacemaker in MK1. Now, Cameron Montague, I definitely think he could definitely pull off Cletus Cassidy. He's a really great performer. He played a Joker in the Gotham series. People who watch Shameless, he was, which one was he on Shameless? He was the gay brother on Shameless. I'm sorry, that's the way I'm gonna have to describe him. Alan Richardson, is that the guy who did Raphael in the TM 2014 Turtles? Let me see. Is he Jack Reacher also? Is that the one? Or Alan Richardson? He was also in Fast and Furious this year, right? Yeah. Oh, dude, this guy's jacked. He's awesome. Yeah, I watched his I think it's Jack Reacher, right? His series on Amazon. It was actually pretty good. I'm excited for season 2 of him. Him as Eddie Brock. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. He'd be a cool Eddie Brock. Look at those pecs. Milk those for days. Am I right, fellas? Yeah, he's great. I definitely agree. The Nun 2. You keep asking about the Nun. I'm starting to worry here. Don't you blow all your money on the Nun 2. I'm talking it. I'm discussing it. The Nun 2, we need the tea. I'm talking about the Nun 2 here. I'm telling you, I think it might be the worst one, but I hope I'm proven wrong, man. They did such a good job, and I know Warner Brothers has more plans. David Zaslav has like a whole wants to continue the Conjuring cinematic universe because we got the Conjuring 4, we got the Conjuring TV series that's going to be coming out. You know they want to make a Nun 3 because I think that first Nun made so much money. So whether the Nun 2 is good or bad, if it makes money, you're getting that third Nun movie. I promise you that. I promise you that. Ben Griffin sends a super sticker. I appreciate that. Another super sticker from Ben Griffin. I appreciate that. Any FNAF news I just got here? Yeah, we were just talking about Rotten Tomatoes is looking to back up the 3-hour runtime. Looking like it's a real possibility. So, yo, bring your pee bottles strapped to your legs and don't get up to go to the bathroom, man. Watch Wendigo. Talk about the Warrens and all these Conjuring movies. Looks worse because most of all that stuff didn't even happen. Yeah, I mean that's Hollywood, baby. That's as long as there's a little bit of truth to it, you could put based on a true story, on true events and stuff like that, which is still crazy to think The Conjuring is labeled as true stuff. Some of the stuff I believe, some of the stuff I'm willing to accept. I believe ghosts are out there. Could be one behind me. He's a little shy right now. But yeah, it's just Hollywood, man. I still get a kick out of those movies, even if they're not 100% truthful. The slasher movie on Prime is the one called Time Cut. Also, the writer of the movie also finished a horror Xmas movie. He has good ideas. I don't think that one on Prime is Time Cut. I know what you're talking about because it has like almost the exact same premise, but I don't think that one is Time Cut. So what he's referring to, guys, is there's a horror movie coming out that I'm looking forward to. It's going on Amazon. It's called Totally Killer. Totally Killer has a great cast behind it. It's with Blumhouse and Amazon. So this is some of the first looks in here. The premise of the movie is this girl is like being stalked by a serial killer. She accidentally time travels back in time to the 90s, I believe, and she teams up with her teenage mom to fight this serial killer. Here we get a little look of what the serial killer looks like, kind of like a Ben Tramer, Michael Myers mask going on. I like that premise. It's going to be a horror comedy. You also have what's his name in it? What is he from the MCU? I forget his name in the MCU. But anyways, you have Jim from The Office, I guess, if you want to make that joke instead. They're going to be in the movie. I think it looks fun, but there was another horror movie that was announced like a year back. It was called Time Cut horror movie. It has almost the exact same kind of premise. Let me see if I can find bloody disgusting article on it. And this one was described as Back to the Future and Scream. See, yeah, here it is. Here's the article. Oh man, this was announced back in 2021. Back to the Future meets Scream, filming underway on Freaky. The writer of Freaky is writing Time Cut, not Time. So sorry about that. And it's the same kind of premise. Someone time travels back in time and fights with a killer. I don't think it is the same movie. I looked it up to be sure it's different cast, different crew, and all that stuff. So it's not the same one. So this movie's still somewhere out there. Don't know when they're gonna release it or what's going on because I'm pretty sure they finished filming it, but now Totally Killer beat them to the punch. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it doesn't look like they are the same movie. All right. Oh, was a demo scene of the FNAF movie leaked? Yeah, I saw that. I just didn't think too much. I just didn't think too much of it. Was it FNAF demo? Uh, it was like, yeah, some like this. A mock-up demo reel for the FNAF movie that was found. There's an act the These are actual actors that are doing a demo reel of the script. So it could be that like dialogue here ends up being part of the movie. But, oh, I'm not even showing the screen. Old man Chris strikes again, guys. But here, it was just these actors reading off the script for the FNAF movie. I didn't think too crazy of it, and I was also worried they'd copy strike me if I made a video because Universal has done that. But yeah, that's out there if you want. I don't think it reveals anything too crazy. Just some lines of dialogue that might possibly be in the movie, might not. But yeah, that's something that happened. Been a fan since 2019. Love your content. Oh, I love you. You must have been on during the Chucky days, man. Still wish we got a sequel to that movie. Can you play Fortnite with me? My name is GCD Diki. I'll remember that. I just might add you. I've gotten so many friend requests since I did the Texas Chainsaw video. Should have hide my username. Old man Chris. I tell you. Killer Clowns video game. I am looking forward to that, my friend. I saw the gameplay footage. It looks so fun. I just hate that it's like another asymmetrical game. It just feels like that's the only thing they can do with horror characters is just put them in that Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, now Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But you know what? Killer Clowns, whoo, they make it look exciting. This gameplay footage looks so fun. So you get to play as one of the clowns or a victim. You got the popcorn gun. You got one with the boxing gloves. I think it looked like there's room in here for this to be fun. It's just my thing with these games is they're fun for a week and then they die down. That's just the way it goes because there's limited gameplay you could do with that. I'd rather maybe do like a story mission driven game, Let me bounce back between being a victim and a killer clown in a story driven campaign style, Tell me a movie in video game form a lot of ways like the Spider-Man game does, or I don't know if I would say like the Quarry. That's a lot of decision-based games, but I wouldn't mind that either. I just think something more creative because I'm still going to definitely play this and I'm going to have a good time and it looks fun. I'll definitely play it on the channel too. But I even remember there's a Puppet Master version of this game and I'm trying to figure out how to play that because it's only on Steam and I'm a Mac user because Old Man 3C needs it simplified for him. So I don't have the computer to play it, but I'm willing to buy just like a gaming laptop to do it. And so if you haven't heard of this, again, it's an asymmetrical game of the Puppet Master franchise. I think it's like there's an open beta. So if you have a PC, you can play it here where you can play as one of the puppets or a victim, 3v1 online multiplayer. Some of the gameplay looks fun. It's again an asymmetrical game. I have a cheesy soft spot for the Puppet Master series, at least the first like 4 movies. After that, they just don't even ask me about them because they just got dumb. But man, I love the Puppet Master designs. I like the idea of it. I wish they would make a big budget return of the Puppet Master movies, but they continue making these like weird Puppet Master spin-off movies. Let me show you the latest one they got, Puppet Master spin-off. So I know they did one of Blade. Here we go. This is the latest one, Dr. Death. Each Puppet Master is getting his own movie, if you didn't know. This is what's going on right now in the Puppet Master universe. I don't watch any of these dumb movies. They're made like for $10. Look at this. I could film that on my iPhone. Those scrubs, they ordered them on Amazon the last day of filming or whatever. I don't know if this could be any good. I shouldn't be crapping on anybody, but it's just so funny that this is what Full Moon does with the Puppet Master franchise. Make giving each puppet now their own little backstory and like $5 movie. When I'm like, just make a big budget, give it to Blumhouse, spend $5 million on the budget. I guarantee you'll make something fun. They also made one about the baby. There was like a Puppet Master baby movie. I was like, what? Let me see if I can find that Puppet Master baby, or was that part of the demonic toys? That might be the demonic toy. Yeah, Oopsie Baby. They made an Oopsie Baby. This might be demonic toys. This might not be Puppet Master. My bad. But still, I'm just like, what is going on here, man? Come on, Full Moon. I just think it's crazy that in the 80s, 90s, you could create. There's a third one. They made it. They made 3 of these. Look at that. Baby Oopsie. Oh, the whole movie's on here. They released the whole movie. We could just sit here and watch Baby Oopsie. Spoilers for Baby Oopsie. I probably shouldn't scroll. They probably do nudity and stuff like that on there. I'm excited for these NECA toys. They coming out with the Puppet Master. I already have the other 2 sets. Woo! Okay, went on a Puppet Master tangent there for a second. I'm sorry, guys. Let's move on. What is your fave Marvel series? Mine is Moon Knight. On Disney Plus, my favorite one would have to be Loki. I just think Loki was pretty satisfying from beginning to end. Next would probably be WandaVision. I need to do like a Disney Plus tier list there. We'll see how that goes once Echo comes out. I think that's the next show to come out. Hey, is there any news on the Leprechaun reboot, man? I was just thinking about that the other day. I Googled that on my own, but no, there hasn't been anything new on the Leprechaun reboot. I'm still really looking forward to what they do. I hope they keep it kind of I don't want to say silly, but have the charm and the humor of it. Because they tried doing a Leprechaun reboot a couple years back with WWE, and they ruined it. They did such a bad job with it. But, Lionsgate here, that they could do something. Felipe Vargas, don't disappoint us. But no, nothing really new on it. It's first-time director. Maybe he'll have the passion to do something fun with it. I'm still looking forward to it. But with this Hollywood strike, a lot of these updates just aren't popping like they used to. Hey, Chris, love you and your channel, man. If you had to write a Scream movie and the ghost facing your movie, how would you write it? Oh, well, first of all, it would flop. Okay. I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to make a better Scream movie than what other people are making, but you know what? I would want to make a stab movie. I think, how do I explain this? Okay. This is what I would want to do with Scream. So, and there's been talk. So if you don't know, if you're not a Scream fan, in the Scream universe, there is their in-universe movies about the events called Stab Scream. Okay. So in the Scream movies, they eventually make the events of what happens in the movies part of it, and they call it Stab, right? This is basically the Scream movie within the Scream films. But the kind of point and commentary of Stab is they're supposed to be the exaggerated dumb parts of a slasher movie. So they show things like, the purposeful nudity shots, the purposeful like dumb kills, the cliches of a horror movie are all to be represented in Stab. And I feel like there's something fun you can do there. And I'm not talking about like the nudity and dumb kills, but I think like at one point in Scream 4, they described that like Stab 5 was about time travel, kind of in the vein of like the Friday the 13th franchise in so I spelled that wrong. And was it part 5 or is that the one? No, so part 6. In Friday the 13th part 6 is when Jason became ridiculous or became not realistic, right? He came to life through a lightning bolt and was all that. that's what I would kind of want to do is I would want to make a ridiculous ghost face. I would want to make one with like unnatural superhuman abilities, kind of like a Michael Myers that you can't just take down. I would make it into a heightened reality version. Basically like scary movie, but a little bit more serious in there. That I would like to do something fun with the Stab franchise where you just take the purposeful cliches of a slasher movie and just have fun with it. Throw in time travel, throw in crazy dumb stuff like Jason X, where you can make Jason into this cybernetic being. Like there's something fun you can do there. So that's what I would want to do is I would want to make a Stab movie. Because I don't know if I'm clever enough to make a Scream movie, man. You got to be clever, man. Those twists at the end, they have to be meaningful and impactful. And I don't know if I have that substance in me just yet. How do you feel about Talk to Me prequel already being filmed and a sequel also on the way? So yeah, the prequel part is interesting because it's not actually like a full movie that they can release. I heard the interviews of the director talking about it. They filmed an entire prequel, but they did it as a marketing thing because they thought it would have been a cool idea leading up to the movie if they released like a clip from it leading up to the release. But the studio told them, that's a bad idea because it's in found footage. People might get confused and think we're marketing a found footage movie. And then he was like in the interview saying that maybe they could put it on the DVDs, but then the studio also didn't want to do that. So that prequel might just be something we never see. It might be lost media in there. It was just something that they filmed to be part of marketing, not necessarily something that they wanted to release out there. But as far as the sequel goes, oh, I'm excited. The possibilities are endless there. They created an interesting lore with that hand. And there's, where does it come from? Why does it have these abilities? And what happens if you find another hand? Does the other hand have different abilities? What happens if you combine both hands in there? I think there's a lot of fun they can have in that world. So I'm excited. And those directors are really cool. I'm glad they're making good names for YouTubers out there. I can't believe I'm saying this. Were you once into ships as a teen or kid? Coming from me, who was once a fan of one involving a tortilla chip boy and a melon slice girl from some random Disney cartoon. I have no idea what I just read there. Let me read that in silence one more time. You puzzled me. You have stunned the 3C with this question. Tortilla chip boy and melon slice girl. If this is some sort of like sausage party version of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, you have my money. But as far as your question, I don't think I have the capabilities to answer it. But I appreciate you, Deku. Moving on now. Any movies you're looking forward to this year and next that isn't a horror movie slash superhero movie? Well, let's bring them up then. Let's see what's coming out here. I need to have the list. So, remaining movies in 2023. I think. Let's see. That's not, so it's not a horror movie, and it can't be. You said horror movie or superhero movie. Okay, so let's just go through it. We already went August, September. Okay. Killers of the Flower Moon, yes. Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese. I mean, it's a Martin Scorsese movie. I want to see that. And then Leo's my boy. I'm gonna support Leo. That's one of them. But let's see if I have one that's more hyped up. Okay. I'm not a big Hunger Games guy. I'm excited for the people out there who want this Hunger Games stuff, but was never that big of a Hunger Games guy. I hope people like that though when it comes out. Napoleon, not big into history kind of movies, even if they have talent like Ridley Scott and Joaquin Phoenix. I just makes me think of movies that my history teacher would have made me watch. Um and Wonka, I'm not gonna say Wonka. Color Purple could be good. Color Purple could be good. Oh, Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon, but does that count? That feels IP-ish, even though it's not. Dang, that's some of y'all are saying a Wonka. Okay, getting some nice. All right, no Napoleon for some of you guys. I guess if I have to choose, it's gonna be Killers of the Flower Moon because of Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio. That'd probably be it. That looks like an interesting true story. That's that history movie I would watch because I think that one's based on a real story and things that go down, or at least it's based off real stuff. I know it's a book and whatnot, but yeah, that'd probably be it for me, my friend. That'd probably be it for me, my friend. See what else we got going on here. What are your thoughts on A Haunting in Venice? I like mystery stories, the Hercule Poirot, but it looks like a generic horror movie. I'm actually interested a little bit. I don't know about you, but these are like my guilty pleasure Knives Out movies. If you don't know what he's talking about, so we got A Haunting in Venice. There's a movie coming out. Kenneth Branagh. It's the third movie in the franchise because we have gotten Murder on the Oriental Express was the first one, and then Death on the Nile. I like Murder on the Oriental Express, Death on the Nile, but I like mystery movies, and I get a big kick out of movies like Sherlock Holmes or Knives Out, where there's that character who's really smart and can like figure out the most mundane thing. And when they go into the explanation of things, when they're like, yeah, see, he had some red wine. Red wine is collected to the red aliens, and red aliens we all know are red. Oh, when you need much more clever than that, you know what I'm talking about. I love that kind of stuff, and they're trying to subvert expectations with A Haunting of Venice and making it like a horror movie. So they flipped the genre on us. This one has like a horror movie vibe, and I can already feel what the cliche of this movie is. Right? It's is it? Oh, maybe supernatural things are actually real. When the twist is going to be someone is fabricating this stuff to make it look like some supernatural stuff is happening. Um, I kind of want to see it. They're McDonald's Knives Out. I know that's probably terrible to say because this character has been around much longer than the Knives Out one. In fact, I believe he is. Is it him who's the inspiration for the Knives Out character? He has like a book series, Agatha Christie novels, right? He's the inspiration for Knives Out and Daniel Craig in there. So it's probably insulting for me to say that, but that's the way they kind of come off, is they got some nice celebrity casting in there. They got like, who's this? Tina Fey in there, Michelle Yao. So yeah, it could be good. I'm looking forward to it. I get what you mean though. It looks generic horror movie, but I like that they threw in that. Oh, there we go, guys. It happened. I knew that was gonna happen eventually. Uh, I need to get a fan in this room. This is so sad. You guys are gonna have to bear with me because with this system, I can't change to my phone camera, but you can all still hear me. So, we're just gonna pretend I John Cena'd. I went invisible. You can still hear my lovely voice. Let's. This is so stupid. I hate that this camera dies down when it gets too hot. It's Texas, man. It gets hot here. Even though it is 9 o'clock where I am at right now, it gets hot. So let's just keep moving. All right. Let's see here. We have, hey Chris, can you please explain? There we go. Just pretend I'm right there with you, people. Jeez. Hey Chris, can you please explain how you use movie clips, dialogue, music in your videos without receiving a copyright claim or strike, and how it doesn't get your videos demonetized? Okay, so there actually is a secret here, and you don't need to see my face for this. So he's probably talking about, which again might be boring, but maybe this will help out some of you content creators out there. So there's never like a true 100% fix on what to do, but this is what's worked for me so far as a content creator. So he's probably talking about like my recent turtle reviews, TMNT 3C. Let me just go to those. So if you watch these videos, you'll notice, other than me in my awesome Shredder costume, I can show long forms of footage from the movie without getting a strike. The trick I've learned is you can't use 7 seconds of consecutive footage, meaning once you get to like almost 7 seconds, that's when the system automatically detects it's from a movie, it's from a song, it's from a TV show. So as long as you make a cut before 7 seconds, and my rule is I do it before 5 seconds, you'll be fine. So again, like if I'm okay, let's just pull up a clip of like the latest movie. Okay, it's a movie clip. So if I were to use this Avengers movie as like I was doing an Avengers review, right? I would see here 7 seconds. I could do this whole footage of the movie, these full seconds. I could show that nonstop. Once I get there, if I go to 8, the YouTube system is automatically going to detect it and know it's from Avengers, and it's going to give my money to Paramount because they did the first Avenger movie, I think, and all that stuff. But if you do the first, like, I don't know, 6 seconds of this clip, and then you cut right here, and then you show 5, 6 seconds of that. Once you get to 5, 6 seconds, you stop, you jump a little bit, like 3, 4, 5 seconds, then you show another full 5, 6 seconds. You evade the system. The system does not detect you. So that's the way I've done it. So that's why sometimes I can get away with using, small samples of a song or movie clips like that. The 7 second rule. Just don't show more than 7 seconds of a consecutive footage. It makes editing a pain in the butt, but that's the way you get around it. And then the reason I say even then it's not 100% foolproof. If somebody from Universal or one of these studios watches your video, they can manually uh copyright it. So you still run the risk of one day it getting taken down. But so far it's worked for me. I've only ever gotten manually taken down once, and that was for Child's Play 2019. They found the video like 6 months later and they took it down, and I was like, oh crap. So even then it's not foolproof, but that's the trick I've done, and it works. So I recommend it. I'm trying the camera now, guys. Let's see if I can come back here. Oh, I'm back, baby. Ah! So sorry about that, guys. All right, let's go on. I hope that helped, my friend. All right, 3C. Have that Grinch smile on the blue blue beetle. Hey, what Grinch smile? Let's see. Okay, 3C blue beetle. What Grinch smile, man? Let's look. Oh, I do. Does the Grinch do that smile? I don't think he does. Let's see. Jim Carrey Grinch. Let's see if we can find an exact one. Oh, geez. Is that close? I think that's kind of close. I do got that puckered lip. You might have called me out. You might have exposed me. I format all my thumbnails to look like the Grinch. Good catch. Good catch. Who is your favorite Spider-Man variant? 2. What Spider-Man variant deserves a movie in your opinion? Spider-Man 2099 versus Morbius. All right, some heavy-handed questions here. My favorite Spider-Man variant? If we're going like an Across the Spider-Verse, it might be Spider-Ham. I just think he's funny. I think he's a lot of funny, and I can't wait to see him pop up in Beyond the Spider-Verse. Variant that deserves a movie? I'd go Spider-Man Noir. I think it'd be so cool to see his world and see what's going down in it. It would have been Spider-Man 2099, but they've kind of gone a different direction with him right now. But Spider-Man Noir for me. Spider-Man 29 versus Morbius. Spider-Man 2099, okay. Especially if it's Jared Leto's Morbius. Oi, Chris, papi, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, mi amigo. ¿Tú cómo estás? ¿Todo bien este día? ¿Estás teniendo un buen viernes? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Duolingo? Or am I just Mexican? You decide. Can we talk about live action One Piece getting positive reviews? Is it getting positive reviews? I have not seen this. Let me see. One Piece Netflix reviews. I have not seen this. Let me see. Okay, One Piece first reactions, live action anime adaptation praise for faithful. Now, before we go into reading this, I've never seen any One Piece, but I'm thinking about watching the live action show just to get a taste for it and stuff like that. And nothing against One Piece. I just find it intimidating with how many episodes there are, and I just know I don't have the time. But all right, let's see these first reactions. I haven't seen these. Looks like the embargo to talk about One Piece has dropped, and I'm happy to report it's a real blast. As someone who didn't know anything about it prior, I found myself very moved by its characters and energy, and it even got me to finally dive into the anime. Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That's what I want. That's some good news right there. I like that opinion. Let's see. Let me go on to more. Let's see what else happens. As someone who has become much more familiar with the anime in the past year, I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised to see the series brought to life with so much love. The scale of this show is vast, and so much dedication was put into just about every aspect. That sounds good. Interesting. So even someone that recently got into it was pretty happy with it. Okay. I've seen Netflix's One Piece, and I can confirm it does the source material justice and then some. I think anime fans and newcomers to the grand line will be surprised at what the show has to offer. This is not Cowboy Bebop. Cannot stress that enough. That's a big compliment. I know people were not fans of Cowboy and Bebop. Uh, Having seen all 8 episodes, oh, it's only 8 episodes, the first season, interesting, of Netflix's upcoming One Piece and have minimal exposure to the source material, I can say this is a show that fans of the live action manga and or anime adaptations have wanted. This is the real deal. Oh, jeez. Dynamic camera work with slick VFX, a killer cast, and an understanding of the story, and specifically how to write, direct, and produce big budget episodes. Ooh, this will hopefully stand tall to be memorable as the king of Netflix shows. Wow, that is some high praise. You know what? Got me excited. I'm looking forward to this now. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I didn't even know reactions came out for this. Now, that actually makes me look forward to it. At first, I was like, maybe not gonna even like, I'll give it a chance. But now this makes me want to go, okay, if non fans are getting into it, that's what I am, a non fan. I could get into it. All right. Love your videos. Favorite YouTuber. Have you watched Rush Hour? Have I watched Rush Hour? Have I breathed oxygen? Have I taken a poop on a toilet? Have I experienced the taste of ice cream? What kind of question is that? And if so, are you looking forward to Rush Hour 4? So, I love Rush Hour. The first two movies, instant classics. Third one has some enjoyableness to it, not as awesome as the first two. I hope Rush Hour 4 happens, man. They have been saying they're making Rush Hour 4 for like the past 5, 6, 7 years. Never comes up, never comes to fruition. I hope it happens. I love Jackie Chan. I love Chris Tucker. I need Chris Tucker in more movies. I saw him in what was the most recent one? Air, the Nike movie. He needs to come back, man. He's just he's such a joy to watch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hey 3C, really respect how reliable you are. What kind of horror content do you have planned for October this year? Ooh, that's a nice question. So you know what? Let me bring that up right now. All right, all y'all watching right now, I need you to take this screenshot. I'm gonna post it as a community note. But let me see if I can pull this up. Present, slide video file, extra camera. Let me see. I'm trying to add. So, oh, no, I didn't mean to stop video sharing. I want to pull up a photo of my let's see here if I can bring it up. No computer, is that gonna work? I think it'll work now. Okay. It's not gonna work. I don't know what I was doing here. Old man 3C strikes again, guys. As always. I just wanted to show like a photo of my set because I wanted your guys' input. I'll post it as a community note after this. I'm gonna put a photo of my set, and I want your guys' input for how you want me to decorate this year for Spooky Mama season. Because I'm gonna do the vlog video again where I go to Walmart, Spirit Halloween, Party City, and try to look for awesome decorations to bring up for the Spooky Mama season. So I gotta do that vlog video. I want to do that. Uh I'm still debating because I was thinking about doing like dedicated horror review videos to some older horror movies. But I'm still debating whether I should have an overall theme and do one movie review at a time, or I should just do a bunch of different ones. Because I was like, I would love to talk about like the Hatchet series, the Wrong Turn movies, do those all in like one video and stuff like that. Obviously, going to be talking about the Saw movies because we got Saw X coming up, so it'd be great to do those films. But yeah, I got some stuff in the works. Got some stuff in the works for sure. Okay. Hey, Chris, can you please? Did I not already? I did that. Just look up a little bit earlier in the video, my friend. I explain it. Hopefully that helped you out. Link sent in $1. Thank you. Are you excited about the Backrooms film? I am, and I'm a little concerned. I'm excited for it, but I'm worried it's not going to be what people are expecting. I feel like it's going to be a very much analog horror kind of movie, which is what the Backrooms kind of is. But there's like another subsection of people that have created their backrooms content with like the people exploring it and their own little stories. I'm curious how they're gonna pull off the movie. I feel like the movie is gonna be more similar to something like Skinamarink than what people are expecting it to be. Just based on the content of the person who's directing it, the like 17-year-old kid who got the job, which awesome for him. I hope he does great with it, but I am looking forward to it. I think it just might be more experimental than people think. Have you heard anything new with the two Friday the 13th Jason movies? Do you think they'll be good? On the movie side of things, no. It's still a mess right now because of the legal situation. Hopefully the Sean Cunningham and them are working together to give us a movie. All we have to look forward to right now is the Peacock series. But then again, because of the Hollywood strike, it's slow still. I think they were gonna like begin filming it this year if the Hollywood strike didn't happen. So yeah. All right, let me see here. Have you ever played Tears of the Kingdom or Spyro? I've played Spyro. I'm still finishing up Breath of the Wild on my spare time when I'm not editing and doing stuff like that. But I'm gonna eventually get to Tears of the Kingdom. I want to. My friend's been playing and he's talking good about it. Brian Hoax, thanks for the $1.99. I thought that was a taco. It's Among Us butt. Very nice. I was mentioning Phineas and Isabel from Phineas and Ferb. It was a hint, as in the shape of their heads and the shape it's called Finibula. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that clarification. You have been forgiven by the 3C. Any A24 movies you're interested in? Yeah, I mean, I've always said this. I love their dramas. I think their dramas are great. I get into them a lot. It's always their horror movies that is like a mixed bag for me because sometimes they just get a little too artsy for me, and it's not always what I'm looking for with the elevated horror. But lately, they've been doing great. Talk to me. I'm looking forward to what they do with Maxine. I want to see that a lot. So, yeah, I get interested in A24. It just sometimes I think it's like the fan bases sometimes also where they think they're like the superior studio. They do the most elevated, excellent work. When I'm like, they just do good work, man. No need to say that. Hey, Chris, I'm just dropping by to ask a simple question. Have you watched any movies that are from Japan? If so, I recommend Shin Kamen Rider. I have not. One day I want to get into Japanese horror, man, because there are so many cool Japanese horror films out there. Sometimes I'll be scrolling on TikTok and there'll be an account that like recommend a Japanese horror film, and they sound like they have such cool premises where I'm like, I gotta add that to my list. So no, I haven't gotten to a lot of Japanese horror, but I know there is some great stuff there. And one day I just want to dive into all that stuff, and I'll keep that one in mind. Shin Kamen Rider. Thank you so much. Sup, dude? Huge fan. Glad I could catch one live. Hey, thank you so much for watching, man. I appreciate you. I like the cat and glasses photo. Very nice. I just ordered TMNT, The Last Ronin comic. Oh, enjoy it, my friend. Get them waterworks going. It got me teary-eyed at one point. I like it though. Hey, Chris, are you still looking for an editor? I am, my friend. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of picky though. So if you got good content, send it my way. That's kind of been the hard part. I'm growing good with you guys. I got a lot of stuff, but there's more things I want to do. And old man Chris just has a limit to what he can do by himself. And so, yeah, man, I need an editor. I need someone to make my content better or take some of the load off so I can make more stuff for you guys. So yeah, if you got something, man, email me. Emails in the description of the videos, or DM me on Twitter or Instagram. If you got previous work to showcase, I'll look at it. But I need one, man, because sometimes I'll put out there I need an editor. I'll get a bunch of 14, 13-year-olds going, I made this TikTok review and edited it. And I'm like, I appreciate it, but I can't hire a minor. And also, like, come on, man, you're just 14. What do you think will happen in the FNAF movie? Chica shower scene. That's what I want to happen. Now, I think I definitely think they're gonna end the movie with the spring lock scene, and I'm curious how that'll turn out. I'm so curious how that'll turn out. But that's my one thing I'm wanting. I also wonder if Afton, how much Afton we're gonna get of him in the spring Bonnie suit. It's because there's that one scene with him with a knife, and oh, that looks so badass. I hope we get a lot of that. Do you play Destiny 2? I do not. But if you do, I think that's great for you. I do not play Destiny 2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. Any Chris After Dark content? Wink, wink. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. Howdy, Chris. I love your channel since the early days. What Adam Sandler movie would you say is your favorite? I got a couple of them. So I like Punch Drunk Love a lot. Um, then like it's like so like it depends on what you want. So I like Punch Drunk Love a lot, but that's like a more serious Adam Sandler film, and that's not really like what he's known for. Of course, I get a kick out of Big Daddy, but I wouldn't say that's like my favorite. I have one in mind, and it's not coming to my head. Is it? Oh, Waterboy is one. I'm just look up Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler, Waterboy would be my favorite comedy of his. Punch Drunk Love would be my favorite serious movie of his, even though I also liked was it Uncut Gems? I liked Uncut Gems a lot, but there was like another one I was thinking about. Funny People was okay. Don't mess with the Zohan. Spanglish is underrated. I liked Spanglish. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, so I guess I'd go Punch Drunk Love if we're being serious. Comedy wise, it'd be Waterboy. But I don't I'm looking forward to his, new animated movie he's got coming out on Netflix where he's like an iguana. That looked kind of interesting. Looks different for him. He's getting that Netflix money, man. Right there. Why didn't you review Strays? I mentioned it on the channel. Just wasn't a movie for me. And like to me, it's just not fun to get up here and always trash something, especially if it's like on a mid level. You can trash something that's absolutely abysmal and get some fun out of it. But when something's just kind of like mid, it's not much you could say. So to me, it was just like, all right. Like I said, stream it, rent it. But yeah. Big fan from Florida. You've inspired me to do movie reviews on my channel along with vlogs. What's the next movie you're vlogging yourself in a costume for? um, let's see here. Probably be Saw. I would love to get me like dressed up like a giant Billy puppet. But then again, a giant pig would be just as fun. Get that robe too, that silky robe, because you know that's a nice robe. That jigsaw robe. Let me see here. Saw pig costume. That robe must be nice, man. Like that's how he was so agile. I would do it just to get this robe. That little robe in there. Ooh, if it's silky and looking nice, I'll make my huevos in the morning with that. That'd be good. That'd be really good. A Secret Identity Gaming gave $1.99. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Chris, I beg of you, please watch. I need to watch Demon Slayer. Yes, I agree. I have cousins who watch it and they tell me I do need to watch that. I so behind on stuff, man. You should take a look at the Death Stranding film. That sounds familiar. Which one's Death Stranding? Let's see, Death Stranding. Oh, like based off the video game? I didn't know that was happening. That's cool. That's cool. I remember that game being not that beloved though. Am I wrong? You tell me. Did you know about the new Among Us show coming soon? Yes, the Among Us TV show. Yes, I did hear about it. We'll see what happens with it. It'd be fun to watch. Get some good memes. You know, I love using the Among Us memes. Can you please cover Scott Pilgrim takes off? The manga looks. I mean, the anime looks good. The Scott Pilgrim. Let's see here. Scott Pilgrim. Is it Netflix? It looks cool. I like it, man. I still wish that original Scott Pilgrim took off. I'm glad that they got all the original voice actors in there. They're gonna retread some of the stuff from the movie and the manga or comic. I always get confused whether it's a manga or comic. But yeah, it looks dope. I love the anime. It looks fun. I can't wait to watch it. I'll see how much further they take it. I hope people get into it. That stuff was good. I like playing the arcade game. They had a Scott Pilgrim arcade game. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, I could definitely make a video of it on the Clips channel whenever that comes out. If you get the chance to make a hardcore rated R superhero movie, how dark and gritty would you make it? I'd go with the Punisher, man. I would really want to I think the Punisher is such a cool character. I wish, it sucks that Disney has the Punisher because they're not going to do that much stuff with it. Even though it wasn't amazing, I still had fun with the Netflix version. I just thought they dealt too much with the whole I'm the Punisher, I'm not the Punisher, I'm the Punisher, I'm not, like, just let him be the Punisher. Give him some wacko, sicko, disgusting people and let him go after them and take them down. I still like the Thomas Jane Punisher. That's kind of like my favorite one, even though John Berthal is really great. But that's how I would do it. Do you like The Walking Dead? I did until Glenn. You know what I'm talking about. When Glenn got hit in the bat, that's when I checked out. Just like a lot of people, and I never went back. But I'm glad you like it. If you like it, thoughts on experimental films? I'm down for it. It's just experimental films just aren't always gonna be your thing. Like Skinamarink, that was an experimental film, just filming a lot of like corners and dark hallways with some eerie music. Like to some people that worked. To me, I was kind of bored. I wasn't into it, but I'm always down for experimental films. I think it could be fun. It's just, I think it's a big risk at times whether you're going to end up liking it or not because people like a formula, like tradition. Like Liam Neeson this weekend has got his like 10th basic action movie coming out, and people love those. I kind of want to see it, bomb attached to his car and he's got to stop it. I kind of want to see how that plays out. So, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh my goodness, some more just loaded in. Okay. I absolutely love and enjoy your videos. I rely on movie news and reviews from you. Would love to have y'all over some fajitas and outdoor movies when it gets cooler. Sending love from Fort Worth. Fort Worth? It's not that far. Well, that is kind of far. It's like an hour away, but it's fine. Hey, man, you got fajitas there? I'll be showing up. Flour or corn, my friend? That'll be the difference. Equalizer 3, yeah, I definitely gonna review Equalizer 3. I guilty fun pleasure movies. They're not exactly like amazing, but this newest one looks kind of fun actiony. Yeah. Saw X reviews up. Yeah. Starting September, we got to start up them Saw reviews, man. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm so scared about how that's gonna go though, because I was okay. I think only one, when I did my Pinhead movie series review, I was afraid of demonetization. I think only one video got demonetized out of my Pinhead reviews. So hopefully I can blur out a lot of the Saw stuff because they get bloody and crazy. But I can't wait to dive into those movies, man. It's gonna be so much fun. Would you ever watch Bleach? I mean, it's good for like my clothes and my whites, but I just put it on top of the laundry and I'm done with it. I'd give it a chance. It seems like an interesting anime. Let's see here. A legit fan, 99 cents. How legit are you if you only giving me $1? I think legit fans give me at least 3 million. Just saying, legit fan. Chappis, $5. Thank you so much for the support. Have you watched Spider-Man Lotus movie yet? Nah. I'm probably just gonna watch the Cosmin. What's his name? Cosmonaut? Cosmonaut. I'm just probably gonna watch his video on it. I have no interest in it. I never liked the Spider Lotus people. I always thought they were like such a-holes, and I just kept my mouth shut. Then when they got exposed, I was like, looks like my radar detector is pretty good. It's pretty good. But hey, if you enjoyed it and you liked it, that's good for you. Ball out, baby. Get what you want. Oh, thank you, Richie. 199. That's gonna be my energy drink for the day. I had my ghost green apple. Oh my god, this is like crack. It's like crack. All right. Do you think it would be better to build a DC universe off Pattinson's Batman instead of another old Batman? I feel like yeah, but then you would kind like yes, I would have like maybe have just started building the universe off Robert Pattinson's because at least you're starting off with a movie people liked, enjoyed, and it made money. Then you run the risk of ruining that universe, right? Because I feel like that's kind of what they did with Man of Steel. I don't know if they really were planning a cinematic universe because it was like Man of Steel happened, no heroes existed. Next movie, they were everywhere. They existed. They were all around. It's like you were going to repeat the same mistakes. I still don't know how James Gunn is planning to make it work with Robert Pattinson and another Batman running side by side, separate universes. I hope it works out, man, but I don't know. Until I see Superman Legacy, I think I am just going to remain hesitant with James Gunn, although I do trust him to give us something good. Favorite film franchise? Probably Nightmare on Elm Street. Then I'd go Chucky and Scream. I enjoy those a lot, but it's always horror movie stuff. Like, yeah, you could say the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm gonna enjoy that, but that's like typical stuff. If I'm going franchise, I don't know if I'd say Fast and Furious. It's like fun to watch, but I wouldn't say like favorite. Let's see what's another most popular film franchise. I guess some people would say Harry Potter. Not really for me. Best film. Oh, Spider-Man, I guess. No, but then I guess it's superhero stuff. Best film franchises. Jurassic Park is one. Oh man, that the recent one, Dominion, did not do it for me. Wouldn't say Transformers. Rocky. You know what? The Rocky universe, yes. Yeah, I don't think they're even. I've even kind of like Rocky 5 sometimes. I think Rocky is. Oh, Mission Impossible, yes. Uh, Terminator franchise is like half good, half bad. You know what? Okay, so that's what I'll go with. So other than Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Chucky, I'd go with Rocky and Mission Impossible, and of course the MCU. That's about it. That's about it. That'd be my favorite film franchises. All right. Do you know that there was a Bendy show in the works? No, I did not know. I need to learn more about Bendy because I know there's an audience of you guys that like it. I have a little cousin. Every time I post a FNAF video, his little cousin is always calling me like, he the moment he found out I knew Daco, he was like, "You need to. Can you give me his number? I want to talk to him." I was like, I know him on an internet friendly level. We've commented on one of my videos. I've commented on his. He's friendly to me. I'm not enough to where like, hey, my cousin wants to talk to you on the phone. Is that okay? Have you seen Naruto? I have. I only went so far into Naruto as a kid because it was on Adult Swim before you could like have the internet and just watch it all. I liked what I saw, but again, it's that intimidation thing of how much is in there. I think I went up to. It was very early on. It was when Rock Lee and Gara were fighting in a tournament, and I was like a Rock Lee fanboy. I wanted Rock Lee, and when Rock Lee lost, I was like, I don't like the show anymore. And I stopped because I was that pissed. Rock Lee should have won that fight against Gara. But that's as far as I went with Naruto. But I did like what I was watching. I did like what I was watching. Chris, have you ever thought about making toy unboxing videos? I would love to see you unbox the new Chucky figure by NECA. You know what? That might be something I'm planning for Spooky Mama season because I saw that Trick or Treat Studios. If you don't know, it's a great website. Great, they've partnered with me sometimes, but they recently put out saying they can't sell any more Chucky stuff. That like what they have on their website is the last of their Chucky stuff because they're losing the license. And so I was like, oh, is it? I'm finally gonna have to buy the Chucky doll because once they stop selling them, those things are gonna mark up in price because cause I know NECA will, but they only have the Bride of Chucky one. What about the other Chucky dolls? So I was like, I guess I'm finally gonna have to buy it, and I'm gonna have to make a YouTube video because I finally got it, and that way it can be a tax write-off. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Warner Brothers can do it with Batgirl, I can do it with a Chucky doll. So yeah, I might end up doing that. In fact, I got an unboxing coming up here of something Chucky related I recently bought. It'll be a TikTok, but I'll upload it as a YouTube short. Really excited about what it is. I'm just waiting for one more thing in the mail, then I'm gonna do a little video on it. Show us your letterbox, please. Oh my goodness. I need to update it, my friends. I'm so bad at keeping up. I promised this year I'm going to keep up with letterbox. Let's see what the last movie is I reviewed. Oh, dang. It's not even on here. I bet I could go to my thing, though. 3C. Is it underscore films? I think it is under. Oh, no. I guess not. Is it just 3C films? Okay. Is it. How do I not. Members? Whoa. Giant baby jump scare. I guess I can't find myself, man. 3C. Am I just not that cool anymore? Am I just not who I think I am anymore? Oh, journalists, episodes, artists, reviews. I don't even know. It doesn't look like I'm in here somewhere. It's on my 3C film group. What the heck? It's on my well, actually it should be. It's on my link tree. Let's see, 5 more links. Teespring, Instagram, is it on this link tree? No, this one just goes to YouTube. Is it somewhere up there? You guys could definitely find it. It's up there, but I need to update it. I think the last movie I reviewed on there is Mission Impossible. I sometimes do it right before bed. I need to do that. Did you grow up watching Superhero Squad on Marvel? Oh no, I don't think I did, my friend. What year did that come out? We might be different ages. Superhero Squad Marvel. Let's see how old I was when that came out. So this show came out in 2009. So that means I was 14. I don't think I was watching this at 14. If you were, that's awesome. But no, so that I was a freshman in high school. If they caught me watching that freshman in high school, I would have. Oh, here we go again. I disappeared, my friends. Jesus. You're gonna have to give me like 10 more seconds. I promise I'll buy a fan, guys. Yeah, I'll just hide the shame of not being on the camera anymore. But no, I didn't. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that. John Cena here. How are you guys doing? Next question. Have you ever seen Wrong Turn, and would you want another movie in the original universe or not? Okay, yes. So this is what I was talking about in terms of like this jeez. Let me just bring them up here. I just love talking to a black screen. I'm the only internet person that does this. Okay, let's see here. The Wrong Turn. I was thinking like because I want to talk about these like cheesy horror franchises. Oh man, a lot of bad Wrong Turn stuff in there. Okay. I grew up watching these kind of movies. Me and my dad. So yes, I like the Wrong Turn franchise, and I kind of want to make a video where I review all the movies and talk about them. This is like one of those franchises that Blockbuster introduced me and my dad to. So I remember my dad rented the first Wrong Turn in 2003 at Blockbuster. And then like a year, some time later, we found the second one at Blockbuster. And every other year, we would keep finding the sequel in Blockbuster until they just, I think like maybe the 2009 one or 2011 was the last one we rented. I love this franchise because it reminds me of like going to Blockbuster with my dad and we watch these movies, which is kind of weird if thinking back because there's a lot of graping in the movie without the G. It's just funny that those are the movies I watched with my dad. But these were kind of cool movies. There's these hillbilly killers in the woods, and each film got a little different. Sure, they got more dumb. I was like, I kind of want to talk about them. So yeah, I might be talking about them during Spooky Mama season. I just have to figure out how I would do it, because I don't think I'd do one video. I think I'd just do one like hour-long video talking about the entire franchise, going beat by beat with it. But that is something I'd be up for. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. BBG One Piece fan, think you should really watch One Piece even though it's long. I'm like on episode 785, started last year. I want to. It's just hard as a content creator because I feel guilty when I watch things that aren't for work. If I'm I can't really watch things for leisure. You know, I have to watch things that it's like, okay, I got to watch it because I'm going to make a movie review on it, or I got to do a TV show review on it. And so, like, that's why the excuse of like I can watch the One Piece show because then maybe I could do like something on the Clips channel or something on the YouTube channel when I watch on the Netflix one. But yeah, it's on my list though. I'd be willing to give it a shot. Enough people talk about One Piece. I'd be willing to give it a shot. Movies of 2023 you'll never watch again. Oh, so let's go ahead. Let's see. Okay, worst 2023 movies. Let's see what they think and let's see if I agree. Honestly, Meg might be one of them. It's not that it was the worst, but it's just kind of like I saw it once, I get it, I'm done. Let's see. Let's see. Pope's Exorcist. I didn't even watch that one. Hypnotic, didn't watch it. Fast X. Look, I like the Fast and Furious franchise. I know there's probably going to be a time in my life I watch it at least one more time. It's a Marvel movie. Ant-Man Quantumania. It's probably going to be a time in my life where I watch it again. Super Mario Bros. Was not. No, I'm going to watch that movie so many times, especially when I have a kid. They're going to love that movie. I don't say Rise of the Beast. You know what? All the controversy with the Flash. I enjoyed the Flash. I think it's okay. I don't know why. I guess I get it. So much controversy. There's no point defending it, but I still enjoyed the Flash. Winnie the Pooh. That came out this year? No, it didn't. Did Winnie the Pooh come out this year? I thought that was last year. Yeah, probably Winnie the Pooh. I haven't seen Asteroid City. 65 was pretty forgettable. The Adam Driver one. Uh, yeah, that might be. The Flash is good. I'm glad some people are agreeing. I'm glad some people are agreeing. Winnie the Pooh was this February? That's crazy. I thought that was like last October. That's so crazy. And they're already filming the. I haven't seen the new Children of the Corn movie. Maybe that's another crazy franchise I could do all on Spooky Mama month. I heard that was terrible though. These are some of the worst ones. House Party, didn't even see it. A lot of these I didn't. Ghosted. I knew that was good. Oh, Magic Mike the Last Dance was terrible. And I thought the first two Magic Mike movies were okay, but Last Dance was bad, man. It was just not enjoyable. Even my girlfriend didn't like it, and she really wanted to see it. Yeah. Hypnotic. Oh man, Indiana Jones disappointed me. I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it. Plane is actually pretty good. I'm surprised. Plane was actually decent. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Plane was actually decent. The Whale. Cocaine Bear is fun. Man Called Otto. I recently watched A Man Called Otto on Netflix. It was on Netflix. I liked it. It's not like the best Tom Hanks movie, but you know what? It actually got me teary-eyed a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. That's a couple of them, my friend. That's a couple of them. Let's get through some of these. I'm gonna check the camera in a second here if I come back to life or not. You think you'll be collecting Funko Minis? I thought about collecting the Funko Minis. Here, I'll pull them up for those who don't know. Funko Minis. But I just gotta stop buy. I've become so strict on which Funkos I buy now. I don't even want to collect Funko Minis. I joked around that I should just buy my entire collection as minis. That way I could save space. It's these thingies right here. They're this size. The Funko Minis. They come in this pack. They're kind of like, see, here's a size comparison. So here you have like the actual Funko that I got, and then here's like what the biddies look like, the minis. Nah, I'm not. That's just dumb. I just collect these, and even then, I'm strict. I think the most recent pop I bought was this Killer Clown one. This one, because I love the Killer Clown pops. This is the most recent one I just bought. This Killer Clown one. Woo, because I love the Killer Clown pops. I think they look so cool. Yeah, if it's a hard pop, I'm gonna be buying it. That's mainly me. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I come back to life now, guys. Let's see. Let's see if I do. You might just see my face. Oh, I'm back. All right. Let's try to finish this up before it heats up one last time. Do a push-up. Oh, you don't think I could do a push-up? You don't think I could do 10? All right. Count them down, boys. Count them down. Oh, let me get you out of the way. That way you can see. Well, should I just do it right here then? Let me see. Where could the camera see me clearly? Here. Is it good? I think this is good. Okay. Woo! Didn't think 3C could do that. Hearing the bones crack. Whoever just said that, I hate you. Was that? You think I could do it? I got my pump for the day now. Okay. If I start breathing on the mic, man, can you show off the rug? Yeah, I can show off the rug. This is a really cool rug. Maybe I could turn up the brightness on my LED lights. I'm not out of breath. You're out of breath. I'm going to look really white for a second, but it's just so you guys can see the rug. Yeah, it's a really cool rug. I got it for the space. I think it was Rug Guy, the Rug Guy. I'll look them up in a second. Let me see. But so you guys can see it. It's a really cool rug. I like it. I had it commissioned. Let me see if I can look it up. Those push-ups. Rug Guy. Now, this isn't sponsored or anything. I had to pay my own money for this, but he did great work. Yeah, let me follow. Rug Guy, that's who did it. Paid him for it. He does all of these. They're really cool. I just wanted one to fill out the space and make it look nicer. I thought it was pretty dope. Let me do squats now. Yeah. All right, let me turn down the brightness. I'm too white. There we go. There we go. All right, back to the questions. Trying to see where I left off. So yeah, there you go, Mr. Mio 2. Well, I hope that was worth your $2. Favorite Funko Pop you own? It's a Back to the Future one that I got over there. The most. Oh yeah, this is the other recent pop. I had it on my desk. La Muerte from Loteria. Yeah, for my Hispanics out there, everybody knows Loteria. I can't believe they put the mermaid on the box art. You see that? Don't cancel me, YouTube. Look at that. She's just showing it all off. Can't believe they did that. That's the most recent one. I do really like the Blue Beetle pops though. So well detailed. Blue Beetle pops are so well detailed. Might be the Blue Beetle pop. Will you ever get a P.O. box? I've thought about it, but I'm just scared at what you guys would send me. I know some of y'all would send me like cool fan art, maybe like, I don't know, something nice in there. But one, I don't want you guys sending me expensive things. That's so nice of you, but you don't have to. But I'm also afraid you're going to send me your fart in a jar, and then I'm going to open it, I'm going to sniff it, I'm going to be addicted to it, then I'm going to have to pay you for your farts. That's the ultimate fear. What's your movie routine? Fave snacks, seats, movie theater. Okay, so I like sitting in the middle of the theater. I think like in the middle is the best. I used to be, as a kid, I thought sitting all the way at the top was the best. And you're like, you're kind of the farthest from the theater. You don't need to be all the way up there. So I like kind of sitting in the middle, maybe like 5 rows away from the screen. I feel like it's the perfect view there, enough to where you only have to tilt your head a little bit. You know, if you have to do this to see the screen, too close. But if you have to go, that's kind of good. That's kind of good. You want the immersiveness in there. As far as snacks go, don't judge me. I get so embarrassed when I meet you guys at the movie theater because it's always when I have my full stack. It's always like, oh, you watch my channel? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Okay. If I go to Cinemark, I'm getting the large popcorn. Okay. And I also remember I'm sharing this with my girlfriend. So it's not all just for me. Okay. I get the large popcorn, of which she eats like 5 bites. I get the Pizza Hut pizza because they got Pizza Hut pizza in there. It's a 4-slice little pizza, but it is Pizza Hut pizza and it's pretty delicious. I get the Pizza Hut pizza. I get the sugar-free Monster because I like me energy drinks. I have an addiction. Lord help me. And You need something sweet. You got too much salt in there, okay? You got the sugar-free drink, you have the salty popcorn, the salty pizza, and the chocolate raisins, okay? I'm gonna die at age 50. Don't be like me, kids. Do you watch the Arrow TV show or thing? I watched the first season, enjoyed it, and then I just fell off and never got into it. Do you have any aspirations after or besides YouTube? I want to make a movie, man. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know if I'd ever be on the level of Talk to Me or anything like that, but I just want to do it. I want to try. Even if it sucks, if it's terrible, I just want to know I tried doing it. And even if it sucks the first time, I want to make another one to see if I can do better. And if it sucks even worse, I'll do a third one. And then if it sucks, then I'll disappear and you'll never see me on the internet again. I want to try making a movie. I got to start with short films though, but I'm scared to like put them on there and show you guys because man, sometimes y'all can be so mean. Okay, today on Side Flick, I accidentally said Zack Snyder directed Army of Darkness. Oh, I messed up. I meant Army of the Dead, but those comments, they were furious. They were angry. Oh, chocolate. Oh, dude, no, come on, dude. Chocolate raisins with popcorn is the best combo. I'm not kidding, okay? But it has to be the right ones, okay? Cinemark, as much as I love them, they have the wrong ones. I love Cinemark, but they do not have the right brand. Okay, so let me see. Let me show you what the right brand is. Okay, this is the wrong brand. These are the ones Cinemark has. These do not taste good. Maybe they taste fine. Some of you guys enjoy it. These aren't the right ones. Okay, you need to go with. Let me see. Back out a little bit. Mr. Beast, get out of these nuts. Why won't it back out? Okay, there we go. Where is it? No, not it is this brand, but I'm trying to find. Okay, well, it's usually in box form, but this is the brand. These are the best chocolate raisins, okay? And these paired up with some popcorn, ooh, boy, just send me to heaven. Heck, half the time I give a movie a good review is because I got to have this snack and popcorn together while I was enjoying it. I got to go chocolate raisins and popcorn. It is a good combination, man. I'm sorry. Don't knock it till you try it, but it smacks. It smacks. Bro likes eating dried up nuts. I love you guys. Y'all are fantastic. And you know what? That is how we end today's show. Bro loves eating dried up nut sacks. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today on 3C live stream. Y'all have been awesome. We have done push-ups together. We showed off rugs. We talked about dried up nut sacks. It was a wonderful time to be here. You guys are amazing. I love all of y'all. Stay tuned for the channel and what else we got going on. Thank you so much for all your support. Y'all are fantastic.